Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, yesterday it was on Sunday 18th December 2022, a day whereby we witnessed the World Cup finals between France and Argentina in Doha, Qatar. But again, before this, the whole of last week, President Ruto and his team, including Musalia Mudavadi, Alfred Mutua, and the rest, were attending a US-Africa Leaders Summit that was also attended by railaodinga in the US. But then, after that, the emerging information is that from US, Ruto flew to Dubai silently. Then from Dubai, the president quietly sneaked to the World Cup finals in Qatar. Up to there, you see from US, when he went to the US, there was a communication that the president is in US. But when he left US to Dubai, there was no communication from the State House communication team. Then from Dubai to Qatar, again also no communication. We simply just saw some photos being shared on social media, whereby you could see the president, William Ruto. Again, you could see the FIFA president, and of course the Rwanda president, Paul Kagame, sharing a light moment at the stadium. That's the whole story. So, the truth is that Ruto has been in Doha, Qatar, and again, we are not sure if he's back in Kenya or not yet. But there was no communication up to now. So the question people are asking, why no communication? We just see photos being shared here and there of the president out of the country. Though some people will also say the president is also a human being just like any other person, and as an individual, he needs his private time to do his own things. But again, the answer is yes, but again also, the truth is that this is a man who is carrying the face of Kenya. Anywhere he go, you will see Kenya as a country and Kenya as a people. So he carries the image of the country. Number two, this is a man who is holding to the security of this country. And number three also, of course, the same man is spending taxpayers' resources anywhere he go. Wherever he is, actually he is spending the taxpayers' resources. Talk about security, his logistic transport and everything. That is it. And because of that, of course, people will get interested to know where the president is and what he is doing. And that's why we are talking about that issue here. So the question is, why did Ruto silently go to Qatar without informing the country? That's what we want to try and answer on this Punchline. But before we go deep into that, just a quick request for those who are watching and you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Returning subscribers, thank you so much. And to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you, and back to this discussion. Now, the truth of the matter is that Kenya as a country, we are not doing well when it comes to football. We have totally failed. We have players, but we are not encouraging our players in this country so that they can perform better. Instead, what we are seeing, these players have been demoralized. They have been discouraged. To some extent, you will see them even losing interest in football, and some even go to an extent of focusing on other things because there is no goodwill from the government and, of course, the leadership there from FIFA and everything. To an extent, it has not been favorable to this team. And so, William Ruto, knowing this, the shame of football in Kenya, this is one of the reasons why he goes silent to Qatar. Because you can see a team like Ghana qualified to the World Cup. But Kenya cannot qualify. At least if it was Kenya qualifying there and the president going there, it could make sense. But as a country, we fail. That's why it's going silent. Another issue is that you find in Kenya, whereby we have a national team, Harambee Stars, instead of Parliament and the executive liberating on how they can give the national team a chance to go to Qatar and watch World Cup, they simply facilitate members of Parliament. And when you ask, you are being told that member of parliaments are going to watch matches because they want to bring that experience back home. I mean, how an MP will bring the experience at home, yet the player at the center of the game is not going there? Which experience is this MP going to bring back home? Because the rightful person who needs to bring the experience back at home, really, it is the player. So instead of facilitating the players, just give them ticket and accommodation. They go and they have that experience, first-hand experience. They get it wrong. And because of this, that's why you are seeing Ruto is silently going to the World Cup without knowing information, silently like that. Then sneak back the country. Because he knows, as a country, they have failed and they are still failing. In fact, it could make more sense if Ruto could have left this country with even just 11 players from Harambee Stars team to Doha, Qatar. In that way, at least he could get thumbs up from Kenyans. Because in as much we have not performed good, at least he is taking the team there on taxpayers' money to go and have first-hand experience. Rather than these players spending their own money to go to Qatar. The other time I saw those betting companies, they were taking comedians and those people who have celebrities to Doha, Qatar, to go and enjoy the matches. We understand they are in business. But in one way or another, they are failing. And this is where I agree with Robert Alai. According to Robert Alai, he was feeling that these betting companies should have sponsored players like from the Harambee Stars to Qatar to go and have that first-hand experience on their bill. But instead, they choose to take their comedians and other people. Why? Because they only focus on money, but they don't have any goodwill to uplift or improve on the national team in Kenya. So look at that. That's how we are losing. So in as much Ruto has gone there to enjoy time, it is good to enjoy, but he's failing Kenya as a country. I'm saying this because he has been there during Uhuru Kenyatta's time in the office. There was no total transition from Uhuru to Ruto. This is someone who was serving with him as the deputy. In case anything could have happened to Uhuru, Ruto would take over the government. So it's not new. There was no total transition here. This is someone who was just being given power after the president, like that. Maybe through a Abdakadabra thing, because some people even still believe that kuna mambo inachezwa chini ya maji. So they have really failed Kenya as a country, the Harambee Stars as a team. To an extent, you see, even the captain, is it Wanyama? Victor Wanyama. He simply went back home. He resigned. Ameleta juzi na babu, Nito nani? Ababu na mwamba. Nimemrudisha juzi. This is a captain who was spending his own money to facilitate players with a ticket and accommodation with the promise that he will be refunded his money. But the man end up not being refunded. It end up in other people's pockets. Sasa tunajua ndio FIFA iko na sheria zao na kuna FIFA president of course mwenye ako hapa Kenya. But beside this, serikali iko na njia zingine inaweza tumia kufanya hawa watu waache hiyo ujinga wanafanya hapa. Unawafinya chini ya maji. Kuna uwezekano serikali inaweza cheza chini ya maji na mambo ifanyike vile wanataka. But this one has been happening at their watch. So what did the Wanyama do? Victor Wanyama simply just gave up, akaenda nyumbani. That is the shame of Kenya football team. Because of all this, these are some of the reasons why Ruto is not comfortably going to Qatar and letting everyone know that he's going there to enjoy. And again, we are in a situation whereby the economy is not doing well. People are sleeping hungry. Things are not working in the country totally. So the president going to Qatar, it means he's spending money. And that's one of the reasons why he would not want it to come out that much open. Because this was not an official tour. It was not. It is not meant to bring business back home. No. This was just a time he was enjoying outside there, reach out to other friends and other people. So it was not official. And that's why the Emir of Qatar did not have those official welcoming of William Ruto to Qatar. Haikuwa a business tour. No. Thank you. I don't know what to think about this, but that's my random view about this whole issue. So let us meet in the comment section for continuation of this conversation.